What them haters talking about?
What's up, family? A black woman in the United States of America serving at Fort Hood Army Base near Killeen, Texas, has said she fears for her life, so much so that she took to IG and made everyone aware of her situation. Damn Skippy. That's what you gotta do, fam. You got to expose the beast. On May 20th, Sergeant Jules Scott posted to her Instagram stories, "If I end up dead, just know someone did it." That's how you do it. You have to expose them because they're counting on you not saying anything. And the more quiet you are, if something happens to you, the less likely your people are to get justice. Because in these little small towns, oh man, they love that type of action because they get to suppress it. It's a small town, not too many people ask questions, only a few people run it. There's not as many checks and balances as there are in larger towns. Killeen only has like 150,000 people, and the base has about 40,000 people. So here's one of the things that's interesting about this, fam. Our number one priority is safety and the well-being of Sergeant Scott. This is what Colonel Matt Ruetti said. He is the Deputy Commander of the 13th Expeditionary Sustainment Command. Our number one priority is the safety and well-being of Sergeant Scott. Well, Sergeant Scott called BS. She said, no, 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 no. She said that it's a lie in a subsequent Instagram story. And she alleged a cover-up. Sergeant Scott has a right to be concerned for her safety, particularly at Fort Hood. You see, fam, since 2016, there has been 159 deaths on that base. Since 2016. And 2020, they had over 24 deaths. And this is how the numbers break down. Let's see. They had 159 non-combatant deaths. That means that these people are dying at home. They're not even fighting an enemy. They're not even fighting a foreign enemy. They're dying on the base. That is a lot of deaths. They claim 71 suicides, but I don't believe that number either because it's easy when you have the cooperation of the higher ups to hide the true nature of a death. So I bet you $1 to a donut, many of those so-called suicides are really murders. It's something really, really wicked going on at Fort Hood. And when I say the entire program needs to be dismantled, it needs to be remounted, and everybody at the top should be fired. Every single one of them, because fam, leadership starts at the top. If I'm at the top, ain't no way all that killing going on my base. We're going to have some law and order up in there. I'm going to be protecting my people. I would look at all of those soldiers as family members. That's my family. and I got to protect them. That's my job. And if I have one person who gets murdered on my base, one soldier who dies, I would just take it personal. In my mind, I'm thinking, man, my soldiers are dying right here at home. That don't even sound right. The Fort Hood soldiers probably stand a better chance going overseas and surviving. They probably can go to war and survive. They probably have a better chance of surviving going to fight abroad than just living in Fort Hood on the base. I don't trust them, fam. 71 suicides. In any event, whether the suicides were setups or not, why are so many people committing suicide on your base? What type of climate have y'all created at Fort Hood where people don't want to live, where soldiers are killing themselves? The people of Fort Hood, the soldiers, these are people who go out and fight, who go out and actually engage in murder, risk their own lives for the safety of so-called safety of Americans. And they can't feel safe at home. And you mean to tell me the city of Killeen is that violent? It's a little small ass town in Texas. Killeen ain't. What? You got the army right there, and you got that much crime? Y'all got that much killing going on? That much suicide? I'm glad she put them on blast. She did the right thing. Smart woman, smart woman. She did the right thing. She need to get out because, see, once you expose the higher ups like that, once you expose the system is countdown now. It's countdown time to get you out. They're gonna always look at you suspicious. You're never gonna go all the way up the ranks because now, we can't trust her. She's snitching. She's telling on us. And you, fam, snitches get ditches. Y'all know how it go, fam. They're not gonna trust her. I believe that woman was assaulted like she said. She said she has been harassed, physically assaulted. Harassed, physically assaulted, sexually assaulted. A sergeant on an army base. Army base supposed to be like, these are people that are tasked with protecting us should it go down. And they're not even protected. Oh yeah, she did the right thing because they do kill out there. And some of these other bases also, fam, they have a culture of sexual assault, physical assaults, and murder. Yeah, fam. They need to be looked into by outside authority because they ain't did nothing yet. All of these murders. And then you just had the situation with Vanessa Gilliam, where she was found dead, sexually assaulted. This just happened a couple of years ago. And they ain't changed nothing yet. They said they had made over 70 changes to the rules. They ain't did shit, fam. See, these so-called rules and laws, they're just like words in a contract. They're only as good as the people who are willing to abide by them and enforce them. You see? You can have all the laws that you want to. If they're not being enforced, what does it matter? So they got all of these rules. If nobody has to abide by them and nobody's being held accountable when they break the rule, what does it matter? Fort Hood needs to be dismantled. They have a culture of killing their own, raping their own, physically assaulting their own. They got to go. Jewel Scott, Sergeant Jewel Scott, get out. You got to get out. I don't know what you got to do to get your honorable discharge and make sure you get your money on your way out or whatever, but do whatever you got to do, but get out because you got a target on you. Now, they probably won't try to bring you no harm now because now you've put it out there. And that was very important that she put it out there because they could have just killed her. They could have just wiped her off the map and then act like she went crazy. She went AWOL. She couldn't take the pressure, so she killed herself. Or she killed herself over a boyfriend or something like that. You know, that's how they do. So her putting them on blast, that's what you got to do, fam. And I'm talking not just to, I'm not just talking to Jewel. I'm talking to anybody in these little small towns, especially. Anybody that is being violated on any level, you must expose your violator. You must expose the perpetrator. They are counting on you remaining silent. This is how they get away with their crimes. This is how these monsters operate. They are counting on you being so spooked that you won't say anything. A closed mouth can't get fed, and those who don't fight back end up dead. No more talk.
What the haters talking about?
Damn.